to it. Welcome everybody. My name is Liam Phillips. I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator. Woohoo! I've been doing this for 7 years, and I'm proud to be an Access Consciousness Facilitator. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of the tools from Access this evening. This will probably be about a half an hour free intro. It's called Living Your Life Beyond Beyond Distraction. And I'm just going to give you a quick overview about why I'm doing this class or why I'm doing this talk. Part of it is because just before Christmas time, I made a lot of different choices. One of those choices was if I'm not going to be in point of view by June 29, 2017, I'm out of here. And so a lot of really interesting and funky things have shown up in my reality over the last 4 months. And then I had the privilege of working and meeting with Matt Boschler, who's on the call at the moment. And we were in Spain, and I was feeling like a pile of poo. And going to New Zealand, you want to come? And so we flew all the way to New Zealand. And there, I bought this book from my friend Margie Hulse. And read it, and what it actually gave me was such an insight into how thoughts, feelings, and distractor implants really, truly work against you. They are the, how does Gary put it? Let me just see if I can bring that up. Gary said today that every feeling, and I'm going to add in there, every distractor implant is an invitation, is an invalidation, of you as a being. It's the autocorrect system. You're aware of something, and then your feelings autocorrect what you know to bring you back to this reality. And that's the whole idea of these distractor implants, is that they keep bringing you back into this reality. I'm going to say the word down. They keep bringing you down. For me, I had such heaviness in my reality until about 2 weeks ago, and it didn't really matter what I did. I couldn't seem to shift or change it. I used every single tool that I knew. I've been an Access Facilitator for 11 years. I know a billion gazillion tools. I tried expanding out. I tried who does this belong to. I did this, I did that. I traveled the world. I tried to have fun. I tried to get so drunk that I could just dumb myself out of it. I tried to have as much sex as I could, so I couldn't even think. Distractor implants, distractor implants, distractor implants, distractor implants. And I am just so grateful for Gary. He gave me a clearing that allowed me to start moving and shifting and changing all that. And thank you. And what I really got was that there's a lot of people out there right now who are in exactly the same position that I was or I am, that I'm coming out of, like 90% out of, just so frigging amazing. And Gary Douglas at the last ABC class that I was in, 4 weeks ago somewhere, he was saying that there's now over 9,000 people that are stepping into consciousness. We've all heard that point of view, or that idea that once we hit 10,000, and it's not just a point of view, it's across the entire globe, as soon as 10,000 people start choosing consciousness, everything can change. Now, we're at that tipping point right now. And who is ever making all of that noise, can you please mute yourself? There's somebody with a child in the background. And when we start to step in, when we start this tipping point, all the anti-consciousness, all the unconsciousness, all the distractor implants, all the feelings, all the thoughts that are designed to keep us stuck in this reality, to keep us here without any choice, in a choiceless reality, because that's what the distractor implants do. They keep you without choice. How many of you are having that no choice reality showing up? You'd like to make some different choice and it's not showing up, and you're like banging your head against the logic tech camera. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Everything that just brought up or let down, you now destroy and uncreate it all. Living there, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, on short boys and beyond. Now, for some of you, you may never have heard of that clearing statement. It comes from Access Consciousness. Basically, what it does, when we bring up an energy, it clears the energy so that you have more choice. So you'll notice that I'm very enthusiastic. I woke up this morning, and I have been waiting for this call all day. We've got like 500 people that have signed up for the call. So I've never had that before. And it's like, oh my God, a lot of people are quote unquote experiencing this, this awareness of where anti-consciousness and unconsciousness is trying to pull us back into this reality. Does that all make sense, or am I just talking blabbity 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 blab? Okay, cool. So nobody wants to say anything. Matt.
Yeah. I mean, we've spent some time together over the last 3 or 4 weeks too. So it's the same thing, like you were saying, Liam. I was pretty sure that I was going more insane than I could ever ask for. As you know, we've both been asking for quite a bit, and I was at the mall today, and it was exactly what you were talking about. All of these distractor endpoints falling around in the mall like I was a dog chasing after 20 dog biscuits, but any of them would do. And I was just like ready to just like throw myself off a chair and kill myself. But I wonder how much that's actually happening for the entire planet. And perhaps I'm just mistaking it as something that's my own, and how much that's happening for other people.
Well, that's the thing, Matt, is there's a lot of people, and a lot of people on this call that have made that choice, that they would like to have a different reality. They'd like to have a reality beyond this reality. This reality is really based on mainly 4 or 5 things. It's, having good sex, having a relationship, having money, having the right point of view, having a spirituality like a religion, and then paying your taxes, and then getting a pension at the end of it, and dying. And I get, for a lot of you guys, that's just not enough. And the whole idea of the distractor implants in Access Consciousness, there are 24 of them. They're all really designed just to keep those 4 or 5 choices that you have in place, the choices that this reality gives you in place. And when we're functioning from these distractor implants, and the feelings are all connected to these distractor implants, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed just recently that the amount of feeling that you're having has increased exponentially, even if you're using tools like meditation or question, or who does this belong to. I've experienced it myself, and it's been quite intense. And so that's where the distractor implants come in. And as you start to clear these, it's really, really giving, well, for me personally, a lot of space. And it's all about me. So, and it's all about you too. So what if you could take some of these tools, and it's just such a simple thing, like when a feeling comes up, return it to sender with all the consciousness of the universe attached, and keep going and know that it's not yours. And when you notice a distractor implant come up, that you acknowledge it, and then you can use that access tool of the clearing statement and destroy and uncreate it, or pod pocket, yeah, because it's not yours, it's an implant. Now, some of you may have watched the Access Bars video, and on there, Gary mentions that everything that he ever, anything that he ever believed in, once he started Access, he found out was either a lie or a distractor. And so everything that you have been told, everything that you've bought that's not actually true for you, is keeping you in this what we call this polarity of this reality, which is the good, the bad, the right, or the wrong. And that way you never get to have any choice other than what that menu of choice is. It's a bit like we are infinite beings and we have infinite choice, and we're in a wonderful city like New York and you've got like a gazillion different restaurants, but because you've bought this reality's point of view, the only restaurant you can see is McDonald's. So you only get the menu of McDonald's. And this is the whole idea of these distractor implants. So I'm just going to read them out because I can't remember them all, but if any of these things come up, know that they're not yours. Anger, rage, fury, and hate. Blame, shame, regret, and guilt. Addictive, compulsive, obsessive points of view. Love, sex, jealousy, and peace. Life, death, living reality. Fear, doubt, business, and relationship. Now, many of you know me. You know that my Achilles heel is relationship. And as soon as I go into any form of relationship, all the other distractor implants seem to activate at the same time. So what's your Achilles heel? Is it anger? Is it sex? What's the thing that you go to? Is it a lot of feeling? Is it blame? So you can blame everybody else for your choices. Is it, I'm going to bury myself in business, and then business becomes your one and only relationship and you push everybody else away? What is that for you? What is your Achilles heel with regards to feelings and distractor implants and everything that is? Will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Good and bad, right, wrong, popcorn, eye, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So some interesting information is that all of you have you were all brought up in a particular vibration. And I was lying in bed the other day, and doubt came up, and then fear came up from that doubt. I'll never be able to do it. And then sort of like a depression came up, and sadness came up. Now, all of those four things, the depression, the sadness, what was the other thing I said? The fear and the doubt, four of the things that I was brought up in mainly. The other thing was alcohol. My father used to drink quite excessively. And so all of those things are my Achilles heel, including relationship. And so those are the vibrations that whenever those vibrations are around, those are the ones that I know that I just automatically pick up without thinking about it. So what vibration were you brought up in? Was it joy and happiness? Not for many of us. There could have been joy and happiness on the outside, but underneath there was probably something like a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of depression, and a lot of sadness. So whatever that vibration is for you, would you now be willing to acknowledge that that's the first thing that you become aware of wherever you are?
Yes.
And whenever that shows up, it's not yours. Return it to sender with all the consciousness of the universe attached. Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, iron, short boys and beyonds. The other thing is like depression, which I think a lot of us often have I'm going to use the word experience, but quote unquote experience had a lot to do with is depression. And one of the things that is bantered about in this reality, this isn't a good example of how the distractor implants are cleverly implanted in us, so we never recognize that we're actually being run by an implant. And that is this idea, this psychological idea that depression is where we turn anger in on ourselves. Yeah, and this is not always true. What depression is usually your awareness of where somebody else is functioning. And what happens is, if you buy the point of view that depression is something that is your anger that has been twisted into depression, you're then buying a lie on top of a lie, and you'll never be able to change it, because you'll be going, oh, I must be angry inside, and I've turned it in on myself. Lie on top of a distractor implant. So we get these levels and layers of distractor implant upon distractor implant upon distractor implant, and you buy a lie and another lie and another lie, and it keeps it all in place. So all the lies that are holding these distractor implants in place, all the feelings, that is the emotional charge that's holding these distractors in place. Would you now be willing to destroy and uncreate all of those? On three. 1, 2, 3. Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, no shit. Oh, that was fun. Let's do that again, all of you. If you've never done it before, it's fun. This thing here, oh, that's my Superman thing. Superman. This thing here is called a body. Can you remember that? If you just get out of your head for a moment and just drop down into your body, you had these things. You might want to touch your chest, and if you've got boobs, good on you. Yeah. Like that. Oh, yeah, this is your magic wand, and you require that in this reality. You know. In order to physically actualize things, you actually require a body, and we forget that, and we spend a lot of time in this, or a lot of time in our feelings. But when we activate our body, we can actually have a different physical reality show up. So all the lies and all the feelings that are holding the distractor implants in place, can we now destroy and uncreate them on 3 and use our magic body? So all you have to do is bring up all of that energy of all the lies and all the feelings that are no longer contributing to you, and flick them out on 3. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Now, your body. Oh, look, some people are smiling. Oh, my God, it's a miracle. Sorry, did I just shout? Woo! I did that. Yeah. Like, what if this thing here was actually the way that you expressed the happiness and the joy of using your magic wand? Let's do a couple more of those. But we'll do 4s. So that's destroying everything in the future that we've put out there, all the lies that are holding distractor implants in place, or the feelings that are holding the distractors in place. Anything that's holding the distractor implants in place. And we'll do a couple of 4s. Are you ready? Bring all of that energy up into your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got to go to the store to get a whore, and everything that just brought up all that down when you know destroy and uncreate it all. Good and bad.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do your bodies feel now? More alive or less alive? If they're more alive, could you put your hand up? Cool. So some of you on telephone, I can't see you. Oh well. It seems like 50% of people at least have had some sort of change. And like I started off this talking about I made a demand that by the 29th of June this year I would be an interesting point of view. And it's sort of like as you start to get out of these distractor implants and also use interesting point of view. So whenever somebody throws a point of view at you, you just say in your head, interesting point of view, that they have this point of view. It's another tool. But as you start to clear these distractor implants, it's amazing just how much more you can be in an interesting point of view. That is, you don't make anything significant. And I've been sort of working with a person over the last couple of weeks, and they've really been pushing my buttons, and they're one of these people that can find that distractor implant wherever it is and push it. And I'm incredibly grateful for that, because as I've been clearing these distractor implants, they've pushed the button and the energy, there's no button left anymore. And it's created so much more peace, joy, more joy, more calm, more gratitude, and more willingness to create the life that I desire. Which is another free call next week. So if you want to go on that, please jump on. It's on my Facebook page, The Adventure of Living, if you want to look that up. Any questions so far? This is only going to be a short call. I've packed it full as much as I can. And maybe you guys, if it's short, you might listen to it again and actually take some of these tools and use them.
I was kind of wondering, like, what's the difference between distractor implants or feelings, and how are they interconnected? Like, what's going on there?
Yeah, that's something that we might explore more in the paid tele class. But the thing is, with this person that I've been working with, what is really cool is that when we really start taking some of these very foundational tools in Access and really start to apply them to our lives, the actual theory and stuff like that is really basically useless. It's all you really need to know from this telecall is any thought, feeling, or emotion is not yours. Return it to sender with all the consciousness of the universe attached to it. And any one of those distractor implants that I read out from the book, which if you go back over, you can write out again. Any one of those that comes up, you know it's not yours. It's an implant. So all you have to do is destroy and uncreate all the distractor implants that are creating this, and everything that is good and bad, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, eyes, short boys, and beyonds. As a couple of years ago, I was in the distractor implant of relationship. I chose to change that. And within 90 days, I went from having classes, maybe one foundation class with 5 people every 3 months, to having regular classes that were 20 plus for about a year. And in that 90 days, I was actually using all the very, very simple tools in Access. I shouldn't be telling you that because I want you guys to sign up for the paid telecall later on. Damn. How does it get any better than that?
Censor. Just tell them something useless, you know, like, how was your day?
Oh, yeah. Look into my eyes, look into my eyes, look into my eyes. You forget all of that. It's hard work. It's very difficult. You need to pay a lot of money so you can get free.
There was one person that I thought she had a question on the chat that I thought you might want to field.
Okay.
And it was something about, is food a distractor implant?
Well, that's a really good question. It's like food, sex, alcohol, shopping. These are sex is a distractor implant, but the others are not so much a distractor implant. It's sort of like there's a distractor implant in play, and then you use the food or the alcohol or the drugs to stop you having the awareness. So whenever you go, see, the thing is, the distractor, and then you distract yourself from your awareness. This is the really cool thing, because every time that a feeling comes up, or every time that a distractor implant comes up, it's not a wrongness per se, it's a doorway. And I do know that a lot of people try to make thoughts, feelings, and emotions wrong, and that's the access way, and it's not. It's a doorway. Or from my point of view, it's like a feeling comes up. Oh, who does this belong to? Oh, I can go into question. I can go into choice. I have a different possibility. I can contribute a different energy here. I can contribute more to the creation of what I desire as my reality, or a reality beyond this reality. So each time that you're starting to stuff your face, it's sort of like, what am I avoiding with this? What awareness am I avoiding with this? And I know alcohol has been a big play in my life in the last, this lifetime. Like, I was an alcoholic. I chose to change it. I changed it. And then 3 weeks in Japan, I was saying to Judy, I think today, or was it Jennifer, I was drunk for 3 weeks. Like, it's not a wrongness. It's just I was so super incredibly aware, and that's what I had asked for. And it was very, very uncomfortable. So I tried to drown the awareness. It didn't work. Okay, so yeah, whatever you said.
Sorry. I thought my mic was off, but I just recognized that. Oh, it was fantastic! Oh my God! I got awareness now.
Awesome. That's what I love. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think that was a holy fuck moment for you. How does it get any better than that? Yeah. So that is a great question. Thank you.
So if you're overeating or drinking, if you're willing not to judge yourself about it, it's gonna be a lot easier on you.
Yes, thank you for that, Matt. It's like, it's not a wrongness. It's just like, this is what we've been taught how to deal with our awareness. We have never been taught to question anything in our reality unless it fits within those poles. Yeah.
Mm.
So,
well, that was a gorgeous taste of the call. Thank you for that. It's like I wanted something I could take away from this and apply to my life right away. So I'm going to go eat a lot.
You're going to go and eat a lot. Awesome. Is there any other questions?
There was a question.
Here, that link there is to go to the call if you want to have a look at the telecall. Yes, there was a question.
Liam, I do have a question. It's Claudia.
Oh, hi, Claudia.
Hi. In the beginning, you talked about anti-consciousness and unconsciousness. Can you say something to this, please?
Yeah, unconsciousness is where most of the planet functions from. So, so that's where people have been implanted, and brought all the points of view of this reality. Anti-consciousness is when you know that you are choosing against consciousness. So let me give you an example of that in my reality. Again, another client that is very difficult, or was difficult. No, that I found difficult. Okay, and I'm really incredibly grateful for that, because they have given me so much awareness of where my buttons were, and I said something to them, and it pissed them off, and I was not kind. It was mean. It was really mean, and that's not a wrongness. It's just an energy, and sometimes you might. That's all somebody can receive, meanness, and that's okay. But I had a look at what it is that I desire to create as my life, and it just that meanness, just for the sake of being mean, because somebody pushed my buttons, really doesn't work for me. I knew I was being mean when I did it, and I was just giving them a real fuck you, and that's anti-consciousness, because I knew it wasn't matching what I would like to create as my reality. So as soon as I recognized that, I changed the energy and I apologized. So, because that's not what I want to create, and that's the second part of the Cool series that we'll be doing, is that we'll be looking at how to actually embody the energy, the space, and the consciousness of what it is that you desire to create beyond this reality. And that's thanks to Judy. Now I've done the 2 Cool series up as you can either do both or you can do either or. And if you do both, I've given a generous discount, because I really get that if you're trying to create if you're trying to be the energy, the space, and the consciousness of what you truly desire and create a reality beyond this reality, and you've still got distractor implants in place, it's going to be very difficult. It's sort of like, so it's probably a good, unless you've cleared all your distractor implants, then I would definitely choose the 2 calls rather than just the 1. But it's your choice. I've given it as your choice. So, any other questions?
Since the questions are rolling in like distractor implants right now, Liam, everybody, I just pasted the link to the full call that's coming up here in the Zoom group chat window, if nobody has it. And I had one other question, Liam. You said if you've still got all your distractors rolling around, and there's a lot of them that are going unchecked and you haven't really looked at them, you said it just like went right past me. I know I could hear it, but it's something I needed to hear. What was the content, if you can recall?
Well, if you want to if you want to embody your desire, but you still have a whole bunch of distractor implants that are designed to keep you trapped in this reality, it's going to be a bit funky at times to be able to actually go beyond this reality, because you've always got this distractor or feelings that keep pulling you back. And I'll just reread that to you, because what Gary said was amazing. Every feeling is an invalidation of you as a being. So if you're wanting to embody what you desire beyond this reality, then every feeling that comes up in your body and your life, it actually invalidates you as a being. So you can never be that desire, because you constantly invalidate it. And let's face it, to have a desire in this reality is a wrongness. It's like almost like one of the 7 deadly sins. You know, if you lust after something, which is part of desire, then there must be something wrong with you. If you're tenacious in going after what you desire and you are obsessive about it, then there is something wrong with you from this reality's point of view. You're obsessive, or you're too intense, or whatever that is. And then those distractor implants of obsessive, compulsive, perverted points of view are activated and lock you up. And then you feel like you're going fucking crazy. How many of you have had this thing coming up thinking that you're going fucking crazy? I know a lot of people have had that recently. So that is, you're not going crazy. That's just, you're just becoming more and more aware of how crazy this reality is and how limited it is. Everything that is, can we now destroy and uncreate it all? Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. So just on finishing up, I'd like to leave you with this clearing. Yeah. What have you made so vital, valuable, and what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about the feelings, that are creating the walls of separation, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Good, bad, right, wrong, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. Or what have you made so vital, valuable, and real about feelings that keep you from what you truly desire, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate all of that? Good and bad, right, wrong, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. Or what have you made so vital, valuable, and real that keeps you from being you, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Right, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. And take one of those and run it for 30 times for 30 days and see what starts showing up. Or run it before the telecalls, which are in like 3 weeks. Oh, that's about 30 days. How does it get any better than that? Because somewhere along the line, we've been implanted that feelings are real, valuable, and true. Are they really? Or are they just ways that people manipulate you to do what they want you to do, and not particularly what you would like to do? And everything that just brought up or let down, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. Yeah, they're there to derail us. Isn't that cool? That's a distraction, a derailing. Let's create a little bit of upset or intrigue. Oh, one last clearing. What invention are you using with the feelings you are choosing, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. That one will clear shit. What invention are you using with the feelings you are choosing, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all? Good, bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. What invention are you using with the feelings and the distractor implants you are choosing, and everything that is, will you now destroy and uncreate it all times a gazillion?
Yes.
Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, iron, short, boys, and beyonds. But don't use that one, because like one of my clients said, oh, and I got her to use it for 3 days, and her life changed. Sex got better for her, and relationship changed. So, you know, that would be terrible if you had more ease with those things. Cool. Well, I think we fried ourselves here. So although it's only a short call, it's a potent one. So you might want to re-listen to it. Maybe put it on slow-mo. I seem to talk very fast sometimes. Maybe not.
So will you be making this recording and chat script available for people that have taken the call?
Yeah, I'll send the audio out so you can listen to it. Please don't share it with other people. If they're not on the call, they don't fucking want it. You know, like if you want to share it, share the link to the sign up, and then if they choose it, then they'll want it and they'll get the change. If you want somebody to get the change, then it has to be their choice. So everywhere where you're assholes and trying to push everybody else to change rather than just you step into that energy space and consciousness, will you now destroy and uncreate it all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, corn, eye, short boys and beyonds.
Not me. I'd never do that.
Do you remember that song? I'm an asshole. I'm an
Yeah.
asshole. A-S-S-H-O-L-E. Lyric. Just brilliant. Watch that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with being an asshole. Don't judge yourself for it. What is it that you'd like to create?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's got one, so there's nothing wrong with having an
Paula.
asshole, you know?
Paula.
What does it mean?
Asshole. Bitch.
What?
Oh, she's muted herself.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So what does it mean? What invention are you using? I don't understand.
Good. Everywhere where you're trying to understand the insanity of this reality, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, popcorn, short boys and beyond. Understand. Thank you so much, Paula. You are brilliant. Because trying to understand the distractor implants, understand feelings, understand why people are choosing things is going to lock you right back into this reality. It's like run the clearing and you'll get the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Run the clearing, get the awareness, and then you'll understand. Yeah. It's like how many of you are trying to take these clearings and understand them before you actually apply them. Apply them to your life, you know, and then you will get the awareness and you'll get it like that. I know a lot of people are running clearings 24/7 on their iPhones or where is my iPhone? On your iPhone or whatever, and I do that too. But when I first started Access, I would take 3 or 4 clearings, write them on a piece of paper, go for a bike ride and run them 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 times in my head. I'd memorize them. I'd read them. I would be consciously present with them. And then I would maybe listen to them in the background. For me, I'm autistic. So when something is going on in the background that is very digital and not like an LP, which was more the acoustical wavelength, I tend to shut it off and put a barrier up against it. And I noticed that working with one autistic child when I was a teacher, that every time that we used to take him shopping into a shopping center, he would go nuts, like literally fucking nuts, run around, try and hit people, do this. Yeah, and it was like, what the fuck is going on? And what we actually found out was in shopping centers, they put white noise out over the loudspeaker systems. And he was so aware and he was so sensitive auditorily that he picked that up and it would drive him bonkers. And so you've got to be aware of what works for you. If you've got something running on in the background all the time and you're putting up a resistance to it, how much energy does that take from you that you could be using to create and generate your life with? A lot, little or megatons. How's my hair? Better? Same, Wes? Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, eye, short boys and beyonds. Okay. I'm going to leave you lovely people because you already got 15 minutes more out of me than I wanted to give.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bye.
thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
I'll send out
Liam.
the recordings.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Liam.
you.
William.
Ciao.
Bye,
I don't mind a
everyone.
round of applause like that. Can you not just take this? Woo-hoo! Yeah. I mean, it's the recording itself as much as anything else.
Liam.
You rock.
Liam.
Yes, Julie.
Liam.
Bye-bye.
I had a question. So can I send a message or
Ask and you shall receive. Quick now. 1, 2, 3.
quickly? Okay, I want to ask about the distractor implant between alcohol, because me and the people around me, many people drunk too much and lost themselves, and I watch them. I feel fear.
Well, fear is a distractor implant. So,
Yes.
Julie,
And,
have you done any access, honey?
Yes.
Have you done foundation?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
But I'm having that, and I'm creating that, and I'm keeping that, create that fear, and
clear the
sometimes I
distractor
drop
implant
out.
of fear. Truth. Are you an infinite being? Yes or no?
No, なんでだろう? No.
You just lied to me.
Oh my God.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so the thing is, fear is a distractor. It's designed to keep you small. Everywhere where you're buying that, destroy and uncreate the distractor that is creating the fear, or destroy and uncreate the distractor of fear. Good and bad, right, wrong, pop, popcorn, eye, short boys, meons. Go back to your foundation manual and look at entity clearings and start to clear all the entities that are around the people that are drinking. Yeah. And if you're affected by it yourself, I know a lot of Asian people can only have a few drinks. You want to clear, you can clear the entities that are in the alcohol, in the bottle of beer, in the bottle of wine before you even drink it, because sometimes they're bottled. They're called spirits.
I see. That's right.
Yeah, literally.
I remember that.
Yeah. I want to, and I acknowledge Lisa Murray for that. I got that from one of her posts. So it's like you've got to have a look at all aspects and stay in the question: what is this? Is it a distractor implant? And of course, a lot of entities are going to use distractor implants and feelings to control you, because that's all they have, is this magnetic vibration to control you with. You see, they're clever. Entities know that the body is a magical wand and it's a valuable product. All of you guys think it's a pile of fucking shit and want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Come on my other call, Dancing with Death. Learn how to use your body and the energies of death to your advantage to create your body. Okay?
Thank you so
Does
much.
that help?
Arigato.
Oh, arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going now. It's dinner time.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Smell you later.
Smell you later.